Hey, we're, we're back. So bizarre. Anyway, welcome back to the Morning Wake Up Part 2. I am updating my phone just to make sure you guys are hanging out here. That was weird. Anyway, welcome to the Morning Wake Up. It's brought to us by Stam Garden Center and Nursery from the Oski Dental Studios. Let's take a look at our forecast. Good morning to you, Bubby. Our forecast, sponsored by the Garden Gate at 105 South Jefferson in Sigourney. Give them a call, 641-622-3191. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and Saturday, 9 to noon. The Garden Gate. Today, a chance of some showers and thunderstorms. Increasing clouds today, and a high of 72. Northwest winds gusting up to 25 miles per hour. Clear skies tonight, a low of 48. For your Wednesday, sunny, beautiful, a high of 73 tomorrow. Clear tomorrow night, low of 50. And sunshine on Thursday with a high of 76. Right now, our current conditions here in southeast Iowa, we do have humidity at 87%. Winds are out of the west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. The barometer at 30.05. And 56 degrees here in southeast Iowa. Your weather brought to us by the Garden Gate in Sigourney. Hey, earlier this morning, hopefully people are tuning in to this video since I had to switch things around this morning. But let's see here. Earlier this morning at 6 a.m., we always put up our This or That, brought to us by Stacy Flynn at the Legacy Insurance Group and by Welcome Realty. And our This or That for today is pen or pencil. What do you think? Which one are you going to go with? Pen or pencil? You know what? I'm looking at these, and I think they're actually listed wrong. This is definitely like a Monday start to my day. I don't know why that is. It says pen, and that says pencil, but they are definitely opposite. Unless my eyes are cross-eyed. I don't know. Pen or pencil? That goes... Comment at the 6 a.m. post if you'd like. Our question of the day will go up on Facebook at noon today. It's brought to us by Amy's Salon House and Spa at 202 North Main in Sigourney, 641-622-3772. Call or text for an appointment. What temperature is just right? And this could be inside or outside. I'm going to leave it up to you to decide that. But what temperature is just right for you? Maybe what do you leave it on in the house? What temperature do you leave your air conditioning on or your heat in the house? We're going right around 69, 70 mark is what's good for me. I know some people like it warmer, some people like it cooler, but you can decide on that and comment when that question of the day goes up at noon today on Steve Shetler Media. Hello, Jackie. Thanks for joining us this morning. Let's see here. Got a lot to get caught up on this morning, and hopefully some of you people are transitioning over from my previous video that went up at 7, and then things got kind of funky, so we started over. So here we are on the start over. Coming up later on this week here on Steve Shetler Media, because everything else has been kind of kooky today. I don't have this ready for you either, but let's take a look at this right here. That's the group. Rural Route is their name. Rural Route going to be coming to Barnwired in Sigourney coming up on Friday from 11:30 a.m. to noon for our Iowa Music Showcase. They'll be performing and doing a live interview, hanging out on Friday from 11:30 to noon, the Iowa Music Showcase with Rural Route. Make sure you stop in to Barnwired or tune in here on Steve Shetler Media to be a part of that. Also, coming up later on this week, we'll be going to Brothers Market for the sports section. If you missed this past Saturday morning, you missed a loaded show. We had Jenny Hobbs. It was her last hosting duty of the year. We thank Jenny for her time for the spring portion of our sports section. She's going to be handing it over to Mitch Eslick for the summer months for his hosting duties starting this Saturday. Now, this past Saturday, we had the HLVTC girls track team. We had a couple of the guys and Alan Sellers from the Sigourney Junior High boys track team. So lots of folks on our sports section on Saturday. Tune in this Saturday. Again, going to have a fresh host, Mitch Eslick, this Saturday, starting at 8 a.m. at Brothers Market. Tune in then. Now, coming up tonight, we're going to go to Smoky Row in Oskaloosa. Tuesday night tune-up. TNT. It's Dynamite. If you like local racing, you want to get tuned up for the racing week ahead, we'll be streaming live from Smoky Row in Oskaloosa. Now, Safe Grafke is our normal host. He is on vacation. He thought he would just take vacation and leave us high and dry, but that's all right. He's having a good time. He deserves a day off. And we're going to have Curtis Vanderwall as our host tonight. So tune in 7 p.m. Tuesday night tune-up from Smoky Row in Oskaloosa. Other stuff going on. Let's see here. Yesterday, we posted that Alan Sellers is back to being number one on the list of the weekly top 20, the most engaged followers on Steve Shetler Media for this past week with likes, comments, and shares. So Alan Sellers bringing in some big numbers. I mean, if you can enlarge your screen and look at the points that Alan got this past week for his likes, comments, and shares, he blew away the competition. So congratulations to Alan. Number one, Dan Adams at number two. Dodie, a previous number one. She's at number three. Got Chad Heistoffer, another former number one. Nancy, Lacey, Dave, Stacy, Curtis, and Sherry rounding out your top 10. So the weekly top 20. Alan Sellers, number one. He's number one. Also announced yesterday, as far as sports goes, we're going to have an Athlete of the Year tournament coming up in August. I just went ahead and officially announced it yesterday. And the Athlete of the Week continues through July with baseball and softball. So there is still time for our area athletes to get into the top 16. But right now, that is your top 16. The top 16 vote getters. So the combination to get into this tournament is being the top 16. You'd have to be a winner of the Athlete of the Week, and you have to have enough votes to get into the top 16. So there's your top 16. Evan Vidito is the strong number one seed right now from Sigourney Keota football. He was the very first ever winner of the Athlete of the Week, all the way back in September of last year. And got Evan, Imogene, Emerson, Rihanna, Kennedy, Nat, a bunch of great athletes going to be duking it out. I have not announced what the prize is going to be yet for this tournament, but I can guarantee you there is a very, very cool prize that's going to be up for grabs for this Athlete of the Year tournament. We do thank Keokuk County Hospital and Clinics and Kelly Style State Farm for always being our Athlete and Team of the Week sponsors, and they are going to bring us the tournament in August. But not only when you're voting for these athletes on the Athlete of the Week, you're not only voting for them to win that week, but you're also helping them in the seeding for the Athlete of the Year tournament. So the more votes they get, the higher up in that top 16 they can get. So keep that in mind. But we'll be announcing that prize hopefully soon. Hopefully maybe by the end of this week here on Steve Shetler Media. So some fun stuff going on there. What else we got going here? Do keep in mind we do have our baseball and softball schedule for Sigourney. That is out and about in the community. We thank all of our sponsors for making it possible for this flyer. A lot of our regular sponsors on this flyer, which is a two-sided flyer. On one side, you have the softball schedule. On the other side, you have the baseball schedule. So, again, we have regular sponsors on there. We have some people that have never done any sort of advertising on Steve Shetler Media on this flyer. So we thank them. Look for this flyer in numerous locations throughout the Sigourney area. So, again, that's our baseball, softball flyer. Gosh, trying to think what else we got going on. Let's go ahead and do some community calendar events. Coming up on Thursday, June 27th, is the Delicious Dutch Oven Picnic at the Environmental Learning Center in Oskaloosa. That's on Thursday, June 27th. Let's see here, at the Oskaloosa Public Library coming up this week. You can see the schedule that goes on there. If you live in the Oskaloosa area and you want to take advantage of that, make sure you do so. Also on our community calendar, trying to get something else that's going on for the Sigourney Public Library. They always have their monthly book chat, and the next one for that comes up on June 15th. So you might want to mark that on your calendar. Different things going on our community calendar. Let's go ahead and do some birthdays. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Our celebrity and hometown birthdays brought to us by Hometown Real Estate. Nikki Leathers, hometown-re.com, 641-295-4142. Celebrity and hometown birthdays for today. This is local and area birthdays. We've got John Berg celebrating a birthday today. Happy birthday to you, John. And Lori Lunsford. Lori, happy birthday to you. So John and Lori on our birthday list for hometown birthdays. Celebrity birthdays include Jerry West, 86 years old, from basketball, the LA Lakers. Jerry West, 86. Singer Gladys Knight of Gladys Knight and the Pips, 80 years old. John Fogerty, singer-songwriter, Creedence Clearwater Revival, 79 years old. Baseball player Kirk Gibson, who hit that famous home run and was pumping his arm as he rounded the bases way back when, 67 years old for Kirk Gibson. Country music singer Phil Vassar, 60 years old. Kylie Minogue, doing the locomotion, is 56 years old. Senator Marco Rubio is 53. Singer Colby Calais, 39 years old. And then WWE wrestler, who is originally from Iowa, lives in Davenport, Seth Rollins, is 38 years old. And by the way, side note, I know this because I was there. Seth Rollins, way back when, wrestled in the big town of Delta, Iowa, at the Delta Dome, the Delta Gym. Back when there was wrestling at the Delta Gym, Seth Rollins, under the name of, well, I don't even know what his wrestling name was back then in Delta. He went on to be Tyler Black, and then he went on, of course, to be the huge wrestling WWE star that he is today. Seth Rollins, 38 years old, wrestled in Delta, Iowa. That is a true fact, folks. Not making that up. Celebrity and hometown birthdays brought to us by Hometown Real Estate in Sigourney. All right. A good morning to you. Let's take a look at our good mornings. Hopefully you guys have come over from the other previous video that we were having some technical difficulties. I seem to have worked those out. Bubby, Jackie, Sherry, Amber, Alyssa, Dodie, Sandy, Dixie, Jan. Good morning to you. Hope you're having a good one. And by the way, I ran on Friday, I was talking to Kay Gilland, a Sigourney native, Kay Gilland, and she was asking me if I still do my morning show because she hadn't seen it popping up on her Facebook feed like it used to. So Facebook's weird. I don't know if they're like, trying to keep me out of the algorithms or what of people's news feeds. So I'm not going to sit here and beg you and plead you to share this video. If you want to share it, that'd be great. Let other people know about it, about the fun that we have here each weekday morning. But for some reason, Kay hasn't seen it. I don't know if any other, I can't talk. If any other people have had that problem as far as the video not popping up as it usually does in your news feed. But if you want to share it, go right ahead. That would make my life easier. Let's go ahead and check in with our sponsor, Stam Garden Center and Nursery.
Indoor and outdoor space with our stunning selection. Visit us today, open 9 to 6, Monday through Saturday, located at 2421 Highway 92, Oskaloosa.
Tassel Ridge also offers 9 different rosé wines that range from dry to semi-sweet and on to fully sweet wines. All are very fruity and all can be chilled and sipped or served with spicy dishes like Asian stir-fries, Mexican, and Moroccan couscous. Where white wines may not have enough body for all consumers or for all meals, red wines may have too much flavor. A rosé has more body and flavor than does a white, but less than a red wine. Our driest rosé is St. Croix Rosé. The semi-sweet rosés are American Pink Catawba, Oskee Fazanti Red, Sweet Roxy Red, and Iowa Steuben. The sweetest rosés are Oskee Fazanti Pink, Oskee Fazanti Cranberry, Cranberry Wine, and Rocket's Glare Rosé. When asked for my favorite, I usually think of Iowa Steuben. Iowa Steuben is a very fruity, semi-sweet rosé that is very popular. It's also versatile since it can be chilled and sipped, or it can also be used to complement many foods.
Muse Music Store and Mahaska County Conservation Board presents Eveland Access Summerfest Music by the River 2024. June 1st from noon to 10 p.m. featuring 8 musical artists with live music, activities like bingo, sand volleyball, and cornhole, food, and much, much more. It's a free event at the Eveland Access Campgrounds at 2890 Galveston Avenue, Oskaloosa. Bring a friend and have a lot of fun at the Eveland Access Summerfest 2024 Music by the River, June 1st from noon to 10 at the Eveland Access Campground. Yes, indeedy, it's going to be a fun time coming up on Saturday at the Eveland Access Summerfest. Lots of great music, lots of great fun. And we thank Stam Garden Center and Nursery for sponsoring our morning wake-up. We thank the Oskee Dental Studios for making that possible. Hey, we did our birthdays earlier on this date in history, which today, can you believe it, is May 28th. We are just buzzing right along, almost through May. May 28th, 1929, the very first all-color movie called On With the Show opened in New York City. It was on this date in 1942. Check this out. This is right here in Iowa. 1942. On this date, Lamar's, Iowa was hit with 10 inches of snow. Fact. 10 inches of snow, May 28th, 1942 in Lamar's, Iowa. That is crazy. I know yesterday, lots of folks around the Cedar Rapids area got a ton of hail. Have you seen some of that footage? That is crazy. Hail just pouring down yesterday in the Cedar Rapids area. But 10 inches of snow, 1942, Lamar's, Iowa, on this date. Today is National Hamburger Day. It's National Brisket Day, and it's also the day that slugs return from Capistrano Day. I have no idea what that means. Slugs return from Capistrano Day. If somebody wants to look that up for me, go right ahead. You know what time it is? It's time for Things You Need to Know. Things you need to know. For what it's worth, mortgage rates have dropped for the third straight week and are now under 7%. Other things you need to know, despite the fact that 57-year-old Mike Tyson had a medical emergency aboard a flight over the weekend, Jake Paul says that their boxing match, slated for July 20th, is still on. So, man, fingers crossed that Mike Tyson just knocks that guy out. Hope so. Basketball Hall of Famer, sad news. Hall of Famer Bill Walton, an all-time great in high school, college, and the NBA, died yesterday following a prolonged battle with cancer. He was 71 years old. Not only was he a great player, He was a super entertaining announcer, very opinionated. I always enjoyed Bill Walton, so rest in peace for Bill Walton. Let's see here. Another sports news. Joseph Newgarden became a back-to-back winner of the Indy 500 over the weekend. That's the first time that's been done in 22 years. Other stuff you need to know. Millie Bobby Brown and Jake Bon Jovi are now married. The Stranger Things star is 20 years old. Bon Jovi is 22. He is a model and is the son of John Bon Jovi. They secretly tied the knot in a wedding ceremony last weekend, according to People. So it's not so much a secret anymore. Congratulations to the Bon Jovis. Let's see here. Alaska Airlines announcing that they are bringing back hot food. Get your hot food. Hot food here. Hot food is now available on over 1,000 flights in the coming months for Alaska Airlines. Other stuff you need to know. A judge has denied Alec Baldwin and his request to drop the Rust manslaughter case. Get him. Get Alec Baldwin. Tom Cruise's daughter, Suri, has not seen Tom in 11 years. That's sad. So in her high school play, she dropped his last name and was listed simply as Suri Noel. So Suri, Tom Cruise, what is it? What's his religion or belief? Scientology. I think that's what's kind of in between him and the rest of the family. Other stuff, Japanese competitive eater Takura Kobayashi, hot dog eater. Let's see here. 6-time Nathan's hot dog eating contest champion has announced that he is retiring from competitive eating due to rising health concerns. Well, gobbling down however many hot dogs at a time that he does probably does not do good things for you. So he is retiring. Rumors are abound that Costco going to be having some price hikes in the near future, including on their membership fees. So be on the lookout for that. Let's see here. Fritos bringing back their ranch-flavored chip for a limited time. It's available only at Walmart. Fritos. Burger King going to be following McDonald's lead. They're soon going to be offering a $5 value meal from Burger King. All the fast food restaurants getting in on that. Actor Chris Hemsworth has received his own star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame as of last Thursday. So congratulations to him. Little Debbie. Speaking of foods, Little Debbie has rolled out a new collection of summertime treats. Some of those things include new mini red, white, and blue donuts, red, white, and blue mini muffins, lemon flavored, red, white, and blue Nutty Buddy, red, white, and blue brownies, red, white, and blue cakes vanilla, and red, white, and blue cakes chocolate. So lots of red, white, and blue cakes from Little Debbie. Little Debbie. If you eat enough Little Debbies, you won't be little for very long. And speaking of which, Morgan Spurlock, the guy that did the documentary on eating McDonald's every day, died, sadly. He was an Oscar-nominated documentary filmmaker for his 2004 feature Super Size Me. If you've never seen that, watch it. It's worth the watch. He died Thursday in New York due to complications of cancer. He was 53 years old. Hollywood news, Knives Out 3. Knives Out 3 is on the way next year and will be called Wake Up Dead Man. So be on the lookout for that. I'm not sure if that's a Netflix exclusive or what's going on there. Nicki Minaj filmed herself seemingly getting arrested for allegedly carrying drugs while traveling from Amsterdam to Manchester for her tour with Pink. I don't know if I would necessarily film myself getting arrested at all, ever, but really wouldn't be filming myself if I was arrested for carrying drugs. Duh. Royal insiders say that the Princess of Wales will probably not be appearing in public for the rest of the year, and is being surrounded by her family as she continues a course of preventative chemotherapy, having been diagnosed with cancer earlier this year. Boy, we got a lot of stuff you need to know. Henry Earl, a guy named Henry Earl of Kentucky, died last week at the age of 74. Now, he is famous, or not so famous, maybe infamous, for setting the world record of being the most arrested man ever. Henry Earl of Kentucky was taken in by police over 1,500 times in his life. 1,500. And he died at the age of 74. He probably was trying to get one last arrest in before he died. Let's see, sad news. Former General Hospital actor Johnny Wachter is fatally shot in downtown Los Angeles while interrupting thieves who were attempting to steal a catalytic converter. He played the actor Brando Corbin in the hospital soap opera General Hospital. He was just 37. Richard M. Sherman died over the weekend at the age of 95. He wrote such songs as It's a Small World After All. Also, he wrote all of the songs to Mary Poppins and many others. So 95-year-old Richard M. Sherman, dead. In some life news, Steph Curry, basketball player, has announced the birth of his fourth child, and it's a name that, whatever happened to just normal names? Whatever happened to just spelling names normally? I don't even know what his child's name is. Cius Chai Curry? Lots of C's. So congratulations to Steph on your fourth child. I'm butchering your child's name. I apologize. 30-year-old Grayson Murray dropping out of the Charles Schwab Challenge on Friday after playing almost 2 rounds. Sunday morning, sadly, tragically, his parents confirmed that he had taken his own life. So a 30-year-old Grayson Murray, pro golfer. And then finally today, in things you need to know, Bruce Springsteen has postponed at least 4 shows on the E Street Band's European tour due to vocal issues. So things you need to... That was plenty of things you need to know. You are so full of things you need to know, you don't even know what to do. Good morning to you, Dan, Nancy, Monica, and everybody else. Let's see here. Let's do this.
Today's Impossible
It's impossible
question.
It's not impossible. You can get this. Today's impossible question. This rock band never had a number 1 song. The closest they got was a number 2 single back in 1982. What do you think? Who is it? Again, this rock band never had a number 1 song. Closest they got was a number 2 back in 1982. Who do you think it is? Journey. Journey never had a number 1 song. Can you believe that? I can't believe it. Open Arms. I mean, come on. Open Arms was a mega hit. And several other huge songs. So Journey never had a number 1 song. That's crazy. Let's get weird.
That is weird.
In the weird, this is kind of disturbing. A chimpanzee born at a zoo in Spain survived only 2 weeks before dying back in February. 3 months later, the infant's decomposing body remains in its enclosure with no current plans to remove it, despite the alarm caused to visitors. And that's because the infant's mother isn't ready to part with it yet. In fact, she's been carrying around the corpse since February. They say this is probably a way of mourning for the chimpanzees. So, kind of disturbing, very sad in that weird news. In some other weird news, you know, it's always a good time when you sit around the campfire and eat some bear meat. I take my bear meat well done, please. Seems that in the summer of 2022, a family gathered in South Dakota for a reunion that included a special meal, kebabs made with the meat of a black bear. I'll take me a black bear kebab, please. Lacking a meat thermometer, however, the family assessed the doneness of the dark-colored meat by eye. They eyeballed it. At first, they started serving it a little bit too rare, so they threw it back on the old fire to recook it. However, a bunch of people from this family reunion got sick. In fact, a 29-year-old in Minnesota sought care for a mysterious illness marked by fever, muscle pains, swelling around his eyes, high levels of infection, and other anomalies. Ended up being that several of these people got sick because of the bear meat not being cooked good enough. They ranged in age from 12 years old to 62 years old. So experts at the CDC obtained leftover frozen samples of the bear meat, which included moving larvae. Oh, yummy! Hope you're having a good breakfast right now while you're watching this. So whenever you eat your bear meat, make sure it's well done. Otherwise, it'd be bad for you. Let's see here. Other things. Let's go to space. In some space, a potentially habitable exoplanet that is roughly similar in size to Earth has been found in a system located 40 light years away, according to a new study. The planet is about the size of Venus, a little bit smaller than Earth, and may be temperate enough to support life. So, life in space? Who knows? Speaking of space, of course, people recently kind of losing their minds about the Northern Lights and getting all those pictures that looked exactly the same. But now the thing is, 6 planets are expected to align next month, creating what the Weather Channel refers to as a, quote, planetary parade. The stunning alignment will occur just before sunrise on June 3rd. Mark that on your calendars. Not too far away. June 3rd. The orbits of Jupiter, Mercury, Uranus, Mars, Neptune, and Saturn will bring 6 planets to the same side of the sun. Now, they say it won't form like a perfect straight line, but again, look for those 6 planets for an alignment soon, coming up on June 3rd. These before sunrise on June 3rd. So, again, put that on your calendars. Quick other things, a weird news. Virginia woman used the numbers from inside a fortune cookie to play Powerball, won a $50,000 prize. Congratulations to her. There's also a devoted pop music fan paying tribute to Madonna, her favorite artist, by getting a record-breaking 18 tattoos of Madonna on her body. It's a Guinness World Record for the most tattoos of the same musician on a body. So, again, as we always say, Guinness World Record for anything. If you want to make something up, there's a Guinness World Record just waiting to be broken. Let's go to the files of law and disorder. In the disorder, the lending company that planned to auction off Graceland, Elvis Presley's former mansion and burial place, is withdrawing all claims to the property after allegations of fraud. In fact, it's saying it was raising suspicious minds. The investment company sought a public auction of the iconic Memphis property, claiming previous owner Lisa Marie Presley owed nearly $4 million on a loan that used Graceland as collateral when she died last year, leaving her home to her daughter. Company rep says that the investment company will withdraw all claims to Graceland. So Elvis's place is safe for now. I think I threw away something I need later on. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Let's see here. In something that'll make you smile.
Something that makes you smile.
Something to make you smile. It's always brought to us by Dr. Stacy Freeze at Lifetime Dental Solutions. Give Stacy a call at 641-622-2669. If you're searching for a dentist in Sigourney, give Dr. Freeze a call at Lifetime Dental Solutions. They're bringing us something to make you smile. And in the smile, let's see here, a North Carolina man kept up his end of a pact. Maybe they did a little pinky promise. Kept his end up of a pact made years ago when he split his $100,000 prize from a scratch-off ticket with a friend. His name is Curtis Hudson. Told North Carolina Education Lottery officials his first move after winning $100,000 was that he was going to call his friend Walter Bonds. It seems that they made an agreement years and years ago that if any of them ever won a big prize from the lottery, that they were going to split it with the other guy. So this guy keeping his word, going to split that $100,000 with his buddy Walter. So you'll get more on that story of something to make you smile. Brought to us by Dr. Stacy Freeze at Lifetime Dental Solutions. Those always go up at 7:45 each weekday morning on the Steve Shetler Media Facebook page. Let's go to the Duh.
Duh.
In the Duh, Florida woman arrested Tuesday night after allegedly striking a man in the neck with a thrown cinnamon roll. Dun, dun, dun. Cops say Anne Marie Luna, 37 years old, chucked the cinnamon roll at the back of a 49-year-old man, striking him at the base of his neck with a cinnamon roll. The victim was not injured by the cinnamon roll, but wishes to prosecute. So, hit by a cinnamon roll. I mean, if I was going to attack somebody, a cinnamon roll would not be what I would use. Finally today in the box office, by the way, I went to a movie yesterday. My wife, my mom, and I went to see Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. It was pretty good. If you like it's about a little long. It's probably close to 2.5 hours. But if you like the Planet of the Apes movies, I'd go see this. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. It's in that top 10 here. Let's go. Top 10 top box office movies for over this Memorial Day weekend. The new Mad Max movie. How do you say that? Furiosa, Mad Max Saga, number 1 with $25.5 million. Again, it used to be Memorial Day weekend was kind of the kickoff of the big summertime blockbusters. And this one, in its opening weekend, bringing in just $25 million. Garfield movie bringing in $24.7 million in its opening weekend. We've got the movie If at number 3. We've got the Planet of the Apes at number 4. Fall Guy at 5. 6 through 10. Strangers, Sight, Challengers, Back to Black, and Babes. So, not a whole lot of money being made at the theaters this Memorial Day weekend. One last look at our forecast for today. It's brought to us by the Garden Gate. Chance of some showers and thunderstorms today. Otherwise, clouds will increase today, a high of 72. I'm looking out my window right now, and it looks like a pretty nice start to our day here in southeast Iowa. We do thank Stam Garden Center and Nursery for sponsoring our morning wake-up, where you can experience the color just outside of Oskaloosa on Highway 92. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 6, closed on Sundays. Of course, we thank Oski Dental for sponsoring the Oski Dental Studios, 641-673-4845. And also keep in mind, coming up tonight, we're going to Smoky Row in Oskaloosa for Tuesday night tune-up. Curtis Vanderwall going to be our host tonight, talking racing action on the local and area racing scene tonight, 7 p.m. every Tuesday at 7 p.m. through mid-August at Smoky Row in Oskaloosa. Coming up video-wise here on Steve Shetler Media on this Tuesday, we'll get to In Remembrance Of. That comes up at 8 a.m. this morning. What's Happening? Coming up at noon. That's our community calendar video. If you want to know what's happening in our area around here, we have a nice video that we always do Tuesdays at noon called What's Happening. So make sure you tune in for that. We got successful farming, 5:30, we've got the Brain Rewired with Coach Iva Bontrager at 6. Possibly, there's always a possibility of some Be the Light ministry with Jackie Jarms this evening, so tune in tonight. We'll see if that happens. Otherwise, you guys have a great Tuesday. Enjoy, and we'll see you back here at 7 a.m. tomorrow. Bye-bye.